Hey, you guys, happy Monday. I hope you are enjoying the beginning of a new week and had a good weekend. And here in San Antonio, all of our kiddos are either back to school. Lorelai's been back to school for a week and a half, or they're going back today. And it is a big, busy time in our lives and a chaotic time in our world. And I've been feeling more and more moved to start sharing more about our family. And we had a really amazing summer. We go to Wisconsin in the summers, if you didn't know that, and hang out with my extended family, my parents and my sister, at our family lake house. And we get to go for a few months. And this summer we made some just really precious friends at a new church that we'd never been to. And it sort of awakened something in us, some of the very wonderful conversations that we had there. It like reawakened I think some of our marriage message that I'm just really feeling more moved to share with you guys and get out in the world. And Chris too, in fact, just like keep an eye out, because we are going to start sharing a lot more of the trajectory of our marriage story and how we've gone from really terrible to really great. And so keep an eye out, there's more coming. But the past year and a half or so of craziness in this world has, I think, been very hard, of course, on everyone for different reasons, at different levels, in different intensities. And I'm a really big believer that, the wholeness and healthiness of your marriage and your family, the people you live with, is the key to everything. I think everything starts there, because that your home needs to be your sanctuary, and those need to be your safest relationships. And I think we learned even more during COVID and the past year that they are often not. And I think that relationships and marriages and families are in more turmoil than ever. It's very heartbreaking to me, and I know it's very painful for those of you who are struggling with that. And some people, I think, this past year, like they even thought everything was totally fine, and they realized in the past year of turmoil, you turn up the heat and you find out what's really going on underneath, right? So just to start sort of this move that I think we're going to be taking over the next year or so, I'd like to say, so back in 2010, Chris and I had an absolute marital breakdown. Very, very devastating. We'd only been married for 3 years. And again, more detail on this coming when he and I can be together in a video and share our story. But it was very devastating. We very much thought we were getting divorced. And it seemed very unrecoverable and very hopeless and very painful and totally just broken trust and shattered dreams. And it was extremely hard. And it was at that time, for those of you who didn't know, that was at that time that we had a really dramatic conversion to becoming followers of Christ and becoming Christians, and really pressing into the truth. And I'm someone who's explored everything spiritually before. This was like God made himself so real to us in this place of rock bottom that there was no more questioning for me of what was true and what I believed and all of that. But along with that, really amazing resources came our way. And the long story short is, 11 years later, we went from having the worst possible marriage, the most painful, irreconcilable, difficult, devastating, heartbreaking, what more words can I use, situation, to today we have a beautiful marriage. In fact, our trust, I would say, is 99%. I don't think with humans, I think God's the only person I trust 100%. We have a trust level of 99%. We have a very peaceful household. There are not a lot of fights and disagreements. There's a lot of honor. There's a lot of affection and love. There's a lot of tenderness. There's been a lot of healing. I actually do not know of another marriage personally, like people that I'm in a relationship with, that have a marriage I would want more than mine. I do not look at anyone else and say, wow, it would be great if we could be more like that, or like we have that. And it's because we worked our butts off to go from completely impossible to the most beautiful marriage I've personally ever seen up close. And I really want to give you hope. I really want to give you hope, and I want to motivate you to work on your family. Our world is giving us a lot of distractions right now. There's a lot of other things that we can focus our attention on, whether it's news and scary stuff and turmoil, or it's distracting ourselves with entertainment and, entertainment, or it's all of the things of the world. There are so many things we can distract ourselves with right now. And I think unfortunately, the times that we live in are likely to get a little more complicated before they get simpler. And we have to make sure our marriages, our families are built on the rock. And this is a really important time, if you haven't already, to be digging in, making sure that your marriage is as stable as can be, and your kids are as stable as can be, and they can depend on you, and they can depend on your relationship. That is what we have done, and it's made weathering all of this much easier. We've been in a little pocket of refuge, a really peaceful place, a really loving place, a really fun place, a really safe place in our home, in our family. And a lot of people can't say that. So one of our favorite tools that we suggest all the time, we're very good friends with the man Dominic Herbst, who created the Restoring Relationships Ministry. He's a Christian psychologist based in Pennsylvania, and he has a ministry that helps people to heal their relationships, starting with their relationship with God and then their closest relationships. We became really good friends with him because he walked with us. He first we weren't friends. He was the practitioner and we were the the patients, but we've since become very close friends, and we've sent a lot of people his way and seen a lot of amazing things come out of it. And it was a tool that we used that was critical to us getting here, and it's one that we still refer to. It's something that we can share with others. When so many times when people are having problems, right, we don't necessarily know as their friends or family how to help. This is amazing. So what Restoring Relationships does is it helps you. If you're going to heal a relationship, you have to heal what came before the relationship. We all know about bringing baggage in. And I think there are so many opportunities. There's so many specific things I could talk about, in future videos. But just to give you an idea, you have to heal sequentially. So you have to start with the pain in the earliest part of your life, because what's happening now in the places where your life is exploding, it's because that little pain that started early in your life kept rolling into a bigger and bigger snowball. When you roll a snowball and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger so you can build your snowman, well, that's great until it's an absolute nightmare in your life and bigger than you can handle. And so Dominic's ministry, Restoring Relationships, they have an online journey that takes you through this process of looking back and identifying the places where some of the issues that you see today started. So what's happening now is called the fruit of in your life, the painful things, the harmful things, the places of patterns, whether they be of addiction or fear or control or anger or lust or whatever it may be. And then you have to, in order to deal with it, this is like a dandelion. If you're just going to cut off the head of the dandelion, that puppy's going to grow right back. But if you go and you dig out the root of that dandelion, you can eradicate the, what are they called? Weeds from your yard. And it's the same thing in your heart. You have this weed, you have this negative fruit in your life potentially, and you have to go back and find out where the roots went in, and then you have to dig it up. And so the Restoring Relationships online journey will take you through that experience of helping to identify those things. And it's really powerful. It's Christ-based, it's Bible-based. It's like 12 videos of really intense therapy and journaling, and really powerful. And it really helped Chris and myself get to the bottom of our stuff, and understand why we do some of the things we do, why we respond some of the ways, some of the really negative or painful cycles that were happening. So I just wanted to put that out there, because some people are hurting right now. Some of you need help right now. You literally prayed this morning, God, I need something or someone to come along and help me with this. And so I think there's going to be a lot more conversation going forward. We're going to be, I think, even starting a YouTube channel. We're just looking around, and this is a gift God has given us, and we want to start really helping and pointing people to these resources and sharing what we've walked through. So if that's you today, you need to start digging into something right away. You can go to myrrjourney.com, and it'll take you to my website, and you can read a little bit of our story. It's still more general there, just giving you what you really need, and then it'll take you over to where you can get that online journey if you want to get started in something like that. It's totally private, totally on your own time, totally online, like at your own pace. I suggest going quicker than slower so that you don't have to sit in it too long. Push yourself through. Reach out to me, DM me if you need support during that, or if you have questions. This is why I'm here. I really want to help you with it. So it's my R as in Rhonda, myrrjourney.com, and that'll take you over to learn more. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Stick with me if you're needing to work on this. I'm also going to be sharing down the road how this same program can really, it's not specifically only for marriage. It can help anyone who really needs to deal with things that are affecting their life now and where they started. It particularly ministered to us through marriage, but we've known many other single people who have majorly benefited. So we'll talk about that more too later. This is just specifically because my heart's breaking on the families that are breaking down right now, and I want to get help out right away. So have a wonderful week. I will talk to you soon. Hit me up with any questions. Please know that I love you. I pray for you constantly. You mean the world to me. I see so much like gifting in you, and so much value, and so much identity, and I pray that you will see more and more of it yourself, that more and more will be revealed. So have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.